options. The big bundle is going to go as well. It is absolutely ridiculous. It's been so busy. We're celebrating one day special. We're celebrating a birthday because our Leslie, a year since Chocolate Baroque joined us here at the Hochanda.
Yes, absolutely.
It's gone so fast.
I know, where's that?
So fast.
They say as you get older it goes quicker.
I know, doesn't it, just?
Yes.
That was quick. That was quick. So we're celebrating that. We're also celebrating not a brand new guest, but nearly our Judith. You've been on a few times now,
yes,
and obviously worked with Leslie's fantastic products for some time now, as part of the design team, and now running the design team.
Yes.
Have you enjoyed it? Have you enjoyed doing the demos and everything?
Yeah, it's been good fun.
Good.
Frantic, but good fun.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Especially when it is like this, when everything's selling out and things. It does put you do have to sort of work on your feet a bit, don't you?
That's right. Yeah.
You come up with some beautiful designs. You've got, I know, because you've got a demonstration set up right away for us, haven't we, when we're finished? Yeah. Fabulous. I'm looking forward to that, our Judith. We are going to say goodbye to Judith for now. Goodbye, Judith. Because Judith will be joining us in a little while. But now, I did say one of the options, because there were two options, one of the options has sold out. The only option that we've got left are the words and pictures. So these are the three beautiful big stamps that we have got at the top there for you.
Now, I'm disappearing now.
Thank you, my love. That's fabulous. I did think, where have they gone? Now, these are the only three that are left. These are big, stunning stamps. I mean, they are such... they're the kind of ones that are going to make you focal point. The backgrounds, you've got the sentiments in there as well. Beautifully made as well. I mean, they feel really nice. These are so substantial. They have been so well received, Leslie.
We can't say thank you enough, you know, because you never know when you bring something new. You know, we don't know. We always hope that, you know, people like it, but... You know, you've absolutely loved this, and we just can't say thank you enough.
There's just never a guarantee, is there?
No.
In our lives.
And it celebrates Sue's artwork, because her artwork is just a joy.
Yeah. I mean, they are beautiful, and there's so much you can do with them, isn't there? Especially because they're nice big images.
Yeah, exactly. And I put the words with them and the backgrounds with them this time because I thought, you know, look, it's just something a little bit different.
Yeah.
So it's still got Sue's beautiful classical designs on it. But then we've just added a little bit more contemporary to it. So I think her beautiful, and I think her designs this time have been very contemporary too.
Yeah, I do. I think they're really different, aren't they?
Yes.
They really stand out. And when you look at the cards, there's so many different looks you can get as well.
Yeah.
They're absolutely stunning. Now, that is your one-day special. Remember, this is exclusive. You can't get it anywhere else. It has been ridiculously busy. This is exceptionally limited stock now. You are saving £5. It's 598700. So, that's your one-day special. However, what has definitely been the busiest has been this fantastic complete collection. Now, we've got this on extended delivery. It's the only way we could do it. January the 11th, because we did sell out so early. You don't have to wait too long. I mean, obviously, Leslie, you're going to be busy, aren't you, making stamps? But January the 11th, that's all you need to wait for. Now, you've still got an amazing price with this because with the big bundle, you're making a saving, but then be a Freedom member, because that price, now normally you're saving £5, the price drops to £40 and 44 pence. That means your first flexi pay is just above 20 quid, £20 and 22 pence. I mean, that is so good. The value there, when you think about what you're getting. So your first flex pay, £20, 23 pence, and then remember, month after, you know what you're paying, but no postage. So you're getting everything. Have a look at these backgrounds, because obviously you've only seen the first ones. These are backgrounds. Again, I love these. Tons and tons of ways you can use them on, Leslie.
Yeah. I think I do like script.
Yeah, I do.
It's one of the things that we get asked a lot for.
Yeah.
Oh, can we have a script this? Can we have a script that?
Yeah.
So I thought, when I did these, I thought, yeah, let's see what else we can do different. The heart, there's just a very, very gentle script in there, so it doesn't dominate.
Yes.
But you can rub out the edge of the heart and have that soft, misty effect with it.
Yes.
Yeah. We've got the kind of the tile Hessian background, because I think that works well with those, what you call the Chinese lanterns upside down.
Yeah. Wrong way around Chinese lanterns.
There's nothing to stop you turning the other way around.
Yeah.
See?
They are beautiful.
Yeah.
That background is beautiful.
Yeah. And then the Medici one with the nice Latin behind reminds me very Italian.
Yeah,
I called it the Medici flower because it's a very Italian style, I think.
It's stunning. I mean, they are so good for, as you can see, a decoupage. I mean, look at all these samples. Look, if I go through these really quickly, how amazing. Right, I am at the minute showing you one of those stamp sets. Look how many variants you can achieve. Tell you what, your design team are really good.
Oh, we are blessed. We are truly
These
blessed.
are beautiful.
You know, our girls make some fantastic
Yeah,
samples.
because look at the variations. That is one stamp I've shown you there.
Yeah.
You are getting 6 different stamps. Look at how many variants have been made with that one stamp. Seriously, with this collection, every single card I've shown you there is beautiful. Beautiful.
You know my thing. I mean, you're a stamper like I am. That's, you know, we've been stampers for a few years. And I always say, you buy a stamp and you've got, we've got artwork in your hands for life.
Exactly.
All you need to do is change the colours and it's as big or as broad as your imagination wants it to be.
Absolutely.
You're the artist.
Yeah.
You create what you want to create.
Yeah, you've just got incredible imagery to work with. Okay, I hope that's shown you just some of the things you can do. Honestly, there's some beautiful samples here, beautiful. But now this is extended delivery. We have already sold out, but on the extended delivery, over 80% of stock has gone. Be part of freedom. That means you get an even better saving. You don't pay any postage, and you get that really good flexi-buy as well. Now, 108677, it has been very busy. If you are buying either the one that's left from your one day special, or if you like so many people you're going for the whole bundle, you're automatically getting entered into a prize draw, and the prize is tremendous, isn't it, Leslie?
Yeah, it's over £300 worth of product. For a start, you have got 4 A4 sets of stamps. You have got 4 A5 sets of stamps, and
Amazing.
you've got 4 A6. There's £170 worth of stamps there before we get anything else.
Wow.
Then you've got relief paste, stencils, journal books, Faber-Castell aquarelle pencils, white coals, storage, cling mount, craft card, drawing cartridge, water brushes. There's everything there to keep you going for a long time.
It's a cracking kit, absolutely cracking. Someone is going to win that. You know what to do. If you're buying them, either the one day special or the big bundle, you're automatically getting entered into that prize draw. Now, something else that has been ridiculously busy, and it's beautiful, these fantastic sheets. Now, these are such a good idea as well, Leslie. I mean, when you look at them, how beautiful are they?
Yes, I mean, to give us a gift for somebody, to do them for the decor to match your own house.
Yes.
The big one here, this one, sorry, it's at the bottom, but it let me look for a little girl's bedroom.
It's stunning, is that one?
You know.
Yeah, it's such a beautiful image.
You know, and they're loose sheets, so you have no glue, you have nothing like that. They're on the most wonderful smooth paper, as you can see.
Yeah.
And they will take so many different mediums.
They're really pretty designs as well. Obviously, with something like this, look at it as though you're getting 20 pieces of artwork that you can either frame, that you can make into cards, that obviously with something like this you can cut into. And that's the lovely thing about them. I mean, all you need to do is start experimenting, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. The larger one of this, Sue herself, who drew them, actually has Zentangled into all those trees.
Fabulous. So that one.
Yeah.
I know that one.
That one, yes.
Yeah. Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, it's under here somewhere. There it is. There's the big one. Look.
Oh, wow.
So you see, if you're into Zentangle, there's another way of doing it.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
So that's literally just changed it. That is so cool, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Yeah, that looks amazing. Yeah. She's amazing.
Oh, she is.
I love that.
I need to be in Sue's head sometimes.
Yeah.
The things she comes out with are just fabulous.
That's so good.
Thank you, Sue. Love you.
That is beautiful. And look at these. So you are getting, obviously, I showed you the postcards. You're getting 4 of them. You get 2 of each of them. You've then got the A5, so you're getting 10 of your A5.
6.
Sorry. 6 of your A5, and then you've got 10 of the A4 as well. And again, beautiful imagery.
Some of them we've already put black round, enhanced them with black, so you've got that, it already pops.
Yes.
Some we've left blank for you to put wonder what you want to, but sometimes putting the black round just changes it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
it really emphasises some of those images, doesn't it?
Yeah, and
yeah,
think
they're
about
stunning.
these things. There's a lovely wallet that will come in, so you can take your artwork with you. There's a little guide in as to what's in and what we've used, tested it with, etc.
Yes. So what kind of colouring mediums you can use?
Yeah, and we've tested quite a lot of them, but there may be something that you haven't.
Yeah,
you know?
Absolutely. And that's it. The lovely thing about these, you will just play, you'll experiment, you'll obviously use whatever you've got at home, and they are just sensational.
Bear in mind, these were all they all came like this, hand drawn.
Amazing. So detailed. Now, if you'd love to get hold of them, again, you can do so much with them, whether you are going to be cutting them down, whether you are going to be chopping them up, decoupaging them, the choice is yours. If you'd love to go for those, absolutely exquisite. Now then, that's so pretty. See, that doesn't look like a colouring in sheet, does it?
No, neither does that look.
They're fabulous.
Aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely fabulous.
Yeah, just, you know...
Really cool. OK, we're approaching 2/3 of the stock has gone with those. Only £9.99 as well. When you think about 20 gorgeous pieces of artwork. 202-958. That's your item number. Now, last but not least, I say it, we haven't really got much left. But we have got... I know the counter's just... There's hardly anything left. This is your whiteboard. Now, the whiteboard is brilliant because it allows you to work on a really cool surface. Doesn't it?
Yes, it does. You can stamp onto it, you can paint onto it, you can use coloured pencils, you can use alcohol markers, you can put stencilings onto it, so you can use all of your pastes, all of your mediums, all of your gels.
Yeah.
You know, it's such a solid, robust surface, it won't warp. It'll make book covers.
Yes.
You know, it will make... embellishments for cards. You can make home decor art with it as well. The hearts make beautiful.
Yeah, wall hangings, all sorts. And because they give you that dimension, it allows your project to pop. But obviously, whether you're working with your paints, your beautiful gessos, anything, you can get real texture with these. And you've got a lot for your money. So you've got 2 sheets of the circles and hearts. You've then got your postcards as well at the bottom there. They're a lovely size. Only £11.99. I mean, that's such a good price.
It is. I mean, I know when we first brought these, you really liked these. I know you did.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of...
They're brilliant to work on.
Yes. And it adds dimension to your work, but without weight.
Exactly. Now, they've been busy as well. Only £11.99. 134100 is your item number. And again, is this on extended as well? Yeah. Extended delivery with this one. So again, the 11th of Jan, they're going to be sent out. And already on the extended delivery stock, over 60% of the stock has gone. See, every show's been so busy celebrating Chocolate Baroque's happy anniversary. Joining Hochanda a full year ago, my goodness. OK, I'm going to be giving you a little bit of a heads up. So that completes collection. This is on your extended delivery stock, approaching limited stock. That is your extended delivery stock. It isn't going to last. It's not going to last this hour. It is approaching limited stock. You need to check your baskets out now. Be part of Hochanda Freedom. If you are part of Hochanda Freedom, you're saving £9.49. You're saving your postage because you're not going to pay any postage. You're only paying £6.97 to join Hochanda Freedom. So it is definitely worth joining, because for the rest of the month, any orders that you place, you're not paying postage. It is worth it. 108677. That's your item number. If you're going for your fantastic big bundle, if you want to join Hochanda Freedom, it's 888-888. Now then, our Leslie's had a little sit down, and it's over to our Judith. Judith, I love this that you're going to make for us. Can I pick it up?
Sure.
Can I pinch? That is beautiful.
Thank you.
Your colour palette's gorgeous.
Okay. Well, I based my colour palette on the patterned paper that I've used.
Fabulous.
So I chose some pretty crafty individuals, patterned paper, which we've had on the website.
Yes.
We've brought to Hochanda in the past, and there'll be, I'm sure, books of patterned paper on the website.
That is stunning. Stunning. Right, where are we starting then to do that one?
So I started with one of the postcards from the pack.
Superb.
And I covered the postcard with some of the patterned paper.
Lovely.
And then I looked at the colours that were on the patterned paper, and I took a piece of very thick grey board and created a background to match the pattern paper.
Excellent.
So I just used some watered down acrylic paint and did a very light colour wash of blue and pink paint, and then I added some Harlequin stenciling, but if you've got any of our Harlequin stamps you could use some stamping over the background, but just created a background to match the paper.
Perfect.
And then I picked out, because there's some orange and some green in the background, I put some orange and green around the edge of the board.
Super.
Just so that the background matches the top
so you're
part.
Lifting the elements of the papers.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Okay. Now, if anybody caught the shows last night, they will have heard me explain that I actually cut my stamp apart very carefully.
No, very carefully. Yeah. You don't chop off any of the little letters.
So my wish flower is now 2 separate elements, if you like. So I can actually put these together, or I can stamp them separately. And I'm actually going to stamp some of the wording on the background, and I'm going to use a grey ink so that it's not too dark.
Wonderful.
So I'm going to do that.
If you do want that stamp, remember that stamp is part of your one day special. The only bit that we've got left, but we have hardly any stock left. We've hardly any stock of the big bundle left. Seriously, it's now very, very limited stock. I'm not quite sure how long this is going to last. Oh, wait a minute. It has just gone properly limited stock now, properly. This is your extended delivery stock, but it is now limited stock. That means we've got less than 10% remaining of this one now as well. I would definitely urge you to check your baskets out if you want to get this delivered to your door. 108677, that's your item number. We've had so many sellouts. So then, Judith. So just repeat stamping.
Yeah, just very randomly across the background, just so that I've got the words popping up.
Beautiful.
And I'm just, again, I'm going over some of the places I've stamped before, so that it's darker and lighter in different places.
It looks really effective, doesn't it? And the words are perfect for this, because they're quite aspirational words, or inspirational words, and I think that does lend itself to backgrounds, doesn't it?
Yes.
Because if it were just, mind you, if it were Happy Birthday, it'd work. But I think these are even more so, to be fair. Yeah. And it's up to you if you're cutting the stamp. It's up to you where you place the actual words as well, isn't it?
That's right. And the fact that they're different sizes, it gives a really lovely randomness to them.
Yeah, it does.
Which is just perfect, as you say, for these backgrounds.
Now, I do need to remind you, if you are getting your one day special, the one that's left, that is, or you're going for that big bundle, you will be entered in for that prize draw. The prize draw is massive. It's a big bundle of goodness, over £300 worth of beautiful craft stuff. So someone's going to be very lucky. I should imagine we'll be telling somebody quite soon about that, because it is looking a little bit, all our stock's looking a little bit dodgy. So that's sort of dodgy. That's a quantity, that is. So this is just sitting it back in again.
Yep, I'm just slotting the words back against the flower, and then I'm going to stamp onto my top.
Wonderful. I suppose if you couldn't remember where they were in the first place, if you stamp it before you cut it, mind you, it'll say, it's got it on the packaging, hasn't it?
Yeah, when you receive your stamp in the post, you'll receive a picture with some care instructions on the back.
Perfect.
So you can have a look at that, and it will show you exactly what the stamp looked like before you cut it.
Yeah. So before you get happy with your scissors.
That's right. Okay, so I'm now going to just stamp this.
Super.
And you can use VersaFine or archival, whatever you've got in your stamping arsenal.
Now, if you want the whiteboard postcards that our Judith has covered with the beautiful paper, they're lovely because they give you extra dimension. We have still got them, yay! The whiteboard, we have got the postcards, you've got the circles, you've got the hearts as well. It's a lovely collection, it's good value for money at £11.99. That's 134100. That's your item number. Now, they're a big stamp, but they do stamp beautifully crisp, don't they?
That's right. I've turned this sideways just so that I can stamp it a little bit easier.
Do you find it's easier to get the pressure?
Yeah, it's much harder to have it facing the other way and get an even pressure because you're pressing a lot further away from you at the top end of the stamp, whereas this way everything's sort of more or less the same distance from you. Press it a bit harder in the middle.
Yep. Let's get that clear image. I think all the cling's sold out, hasn't it? And the storage.
Cling always sells so quickly because it's such a good product.
Everything's disappeared, Judy.
Well, as Leslie always says, we don't sing and dance very well between us. Okay, and then, unfortunately, the Progresso pencils sold out.
Did these go as well?
Very quickly last night, but I'm just going to show you very quickly how I'll do a little bit of colouring on here. So I'm going to add a little bit of yellow first of all.
Wonderful. And obviously with this, play with your different colouring in mediums, whether it be sparkle pens, whether it be your pencils.
Pencils, paints, whatever you've got in your crafting arsenal, whatever you like to use. We all have our favourites. But if you were lucky enough to get some of these, then, you know, do play and experiment with them.
And they're lovely.
They're really lovely to use, very easy. But I'll just put a bit of the yellow down first of all, and you'll see that the image will really start to...
Yeah. It does sit on that background beautiful because of the yellow in the background, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That looks really effective, actually.
I'm going to add a bit of orange.
It's nice as well because you can pick so many tones from that background, can't you?
That's right, yeah.
Ooh, now then. That one day special, technically, gone. Oh my gosh. That means by technical, it means that every one that we've got is in someone's basket. All you need to do is check that basket out. If you don't check your basket out now, you will not get this. It'll bounce back. If any bounce back, I am going to give you a shout. But for now, it is a technical sellout. Oh, go on. Limited, right, still limited, but very, very limited now. It's the whole collection. It's all, I'd say 6 stamps, but if you use them like Judith, it expands the ability so much. We're nearly, what, down to a handful? Okay, we're nearly down to a handful. So is that like a handful with a thumb? So, yeah, so it is. It's like one hand and then maybe a little thumb. So if you do want to get hold of that, before we do that, then you need to... I was nearly doing a, you know, what's his name? You remember who used to think, what did he do, 3, 2, 1? But I know without thinking about it, it could go wrong, and I could just make people switch off by giving them really bad signals. I'm not doing that. If you do want to get hold of it, you need to check your baskets out. Flexibuy, 20 quid, £20, 23 pence, Flexibuy, to get them, and they're lovely. 108677, sorry Judith.
That's fine.
I'm back.
So I'm not going to colour all of it, but I just wanted to show you that once you actually add colour, it really brings the image forward. I
really like that. I tell you what as well, working with the pencils, I love the fact that you can see under the pencil, so you can still see the actual print of the paper. That's so pretty. It's really effective, that. Can I just?
Yeah, sure.
Isn't that pretty? I'm sorry if you didn't get those pencils. This is the thing, you do need to... I'm not going to waffle on again. The whiteboard we've got, though, we have got the whiteboard. That's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So then, is all you do...
Literally, I would add a little bit of double-sided tape.
Excellent.
Or something fairly strong to adhere it to my background. And
that's
again,
stunning.
That would be my finished sample.
I'll show you that. That is so pretty. So pretty. Whether you'd be framing this, that would look so nice framed, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Beautiful. If you would like to make this, obviously you've got the whiteboard. We've got the whiteboard still in stock. We've just about got that fantastic stamp as well. Now this is the whiteboard. If you do want the whiteboard, you've got the postcards which Judith has just used. You've got the circles. You've got the hearts in there as well. There's so much you can do with these. Whether you'd be putting your crackle glaze, whether you be putting your papers, whether you be scoring into them, scratching into them, embossing them. Seriously, it's so much you can do. They're only £11.99 as well. They make a really nice base for you to work on, because they do give you that added dimension. 134100, that's your item number. Okay, so have we still got... Not allowed to say anything. She's been really strict with me. I'm not allowed to say anything, so I'm being really good. I'm not going to say anything. Awkward minute. Okay, I'm going to show you these because we're nearly out of stock, and I want to show you as many gorgeous finished samples because I haven't seen them all. So I'm now going to be really naughty and just be really selfish because I want to see these. Look at this. If you want this now, you need to check your basket out now. I know I keep saying that. I know I'm doing your heading. However, if you want it, you have to check your baskets out now. It's already been extended. We have no more stock. Leslie has said at some point she has to go, no, we can't actually manufacture anymore. There has to be a stock point, and this is it. There is a stock point. You have to check your baskets out. Look at all the variants. Look at all the different things you can do. See, whether you're repeating your image, whether you're cutting your image out, whether you are decoupaging your image, there's so many different ways you can use these. Every single one is gorgeous. They're just gorgeous, and I love it. I love it when you see I'm a stamper, so I know with stamps you can get so much from one stamp, which is why I love it. You know, whether you're brand new or whether you're a seasoned crafter, stamps are a fabulous tool. But when you look at something like this and you get so many extraordinary finishes, isn't that just beautiful? Everyone's beautiful, isn't it? And she's got a good theme. Every single one is sensational. Whether you're making home decor pieces, whether you're making beautiful... And that's a whiteboard. Whether you're making cards, whether you are going to be combining these with your mixed media, whether of course you're going to be singling one out. I mean, look at that. Look at that. How pretty is that? You see, if you're into fabulous backgrounds, I mean, oh, this one, I love this one. Showed that last night. Ain't that fabulous? Okay. Right, all in baskets. That means it is a technical sellout, if I am right. That means you need to check your baskets out. If you don't check your baskets out, we do refresh your basket after 6 minutes, I think it is. That means if you do not check your baskets out, one will bounce back or two will bounce back. If any bounce back, I am going to let everybody know, but at the moment that is a technical sellout. Wow, happy birthday to Chocolate Baroque. Okay, that's your technical sellouts. However, what's that? Check your basket out because it gives you a chance to get your giveaway. Oh, and it is so close. Sorry, I weren't listening. Okay, you do need to check your baskets out. I'm not going to say it again because you know what to do. Obviously, if that goes, if any bounce back, I will let you know. However, I have got only a few little bits and bobs to tell you about now, so I'll do my best. They are wonderful bits and bobs. I mean, look what you can do with these. Doesn't that look beautiful? I'm going to show you all of these because they are absolutely stunning. These A4 sheets you can colour and use in so many different mediums. You could be cutting into these. You could be decoupaging these. You could be taking some of these out and using them as separate elements. I mean, if you look at that, and me being me, if you're being a bit tight, you could have one just being the castle, couldn't you? You could have one being the peacock. You could actually have another one down there with the flowers. So you can lift out so many different elements. You've got your different sizes. So you've got your A4, but you've also got the A5 elements as well. So they could be used as cards. Of course, you could frame these as well. You could actually use these as beautiful backgrounds. You could put a gesso wash over the top and then stamp over the top. You could, obviously, again, you could actually decoupage some elements on. You could use the smaller elements and take those, decoupage them onto the big ones. That mix and match. I love that has actually been doodles in. That is so cool, doodle. They are beautiful, beautiful images. Now, all hand-drawn images, all absolutely exquisite, bursting with detail, and only £9.99. That's 202-958. That's your item number there. Again, check your baskets out. I do get bored of saying that. I apologise, but I need to say it. You can order at Hochanda.com, or you can ring us 0173360 2000. £9.99 for 20 original pieces of artwork. That is fantastic value for money. Now, next, we're going to go to that whiteboard. The whiteboard, obviously, you've got tons of pieces here, fantastic value for money. You could obviously, with something like this, it's the dimension, isn't it? It's the fact that, for me, why I like these, I can really slap all my paints on. You know, I can put all my texture paste on. I can cut into them. So, you know, you can start actually putting markings into these as well. You can emboss them. I love the fact with something like this, it gives you such a nice chunky finish as well. Now, only £11.99. 134100. That's your item number. Now, you've got 36 shapes in total there for £11.99. It is really good value for money. 134100. That's your item number. Now, do check the website out. That's where we've got absolutely everything that we've got left. Which isn't much. If you do want to order anything, I would get on the website. I'd also be part of Hochanda Freedom for everything, just because you never pay any postage. If you are a Hochanda Freedom member, it's 888-888. Sorry, if you're not and you want to join it. Now, we have got those beautiful stamps. Oh, we've got some individual. Oh, that one's gone. Bear with. We got some individual. Okay, the wish flower has gone. That one's gone on its own, but the other ones are available individually. So you do want to go for these. Maybe you just want to pick one or two of these, then you have got that option. Only £9.99. That's your price if you do want to go for your stamps individually. So we've still got options, but not many options. Hooray! Obviously, you know what to do with them baskets and checking out and all that. I've said that way too many times of late.
Yeah, I know, but you've got to do it.
I know.
I appreciate that. You've got to do it.
I know. If you think it bores you, you should be in my head.
Right.
Okay, what are we doing?
Okay, well, I'm going to show you a couple of things to do with the actual whiteboard.
Super.
The waist in one case and the actual heart in that. I'm not going to do the whole thing on this. I just want to show you something that you can do with, and how well this stands up to what I'm telling you about wet mediums.
Okay.
So I'm going to take the flower. Now, I know this. We've got this on single. This is the French heart. I think if my producer, my lovely producer Georgie, and the lovely staff behind.
Yes.
I think we have some of that.
We do.
Oh, good.
We do have some of that. The only one that's sold out individually is the Wish one. So we're all okay for this one. If you do want it, the choices are there right at the bottom of your screen. It's 482597.
I'm looking for my...
What are you looking for, Leslie?
I'm looking for my versifying ink pad, which there found.
Is it that one? Oh, fabulous.
No, it's not Judith's fault. It's mine. I can't see. You all have a craft table where you're looking for a particular item and can't see it because it's buried under 15 other things.
Or it's the one that's right in front of you.
That's the one.
Oh, that does me head in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, in my head. In my head.
I'm sorry about that. I didn't mean to giggle, really.
Georgia was saying, now I come across as such a tidy person. I am so organised.
So what
nothing in my life.
I know that heart is not the same shape as the heart in the whiteboard, but what I'm going to do is take your baby wipe and pull away from the image that you want to leave. So you want to leave that behind, so don't try and go, you pull away from it, so that way you can't interfere with taking out something that you don't want to. So just randomly rub that outline out.
So that's a nice idea, because then obviously you're not getting that harsh, you're not getting the harsh line, are you?
I mean, it's brilliant if you want to do that, because it's a great way to cut it out. It's an easy way to cut it out. But you might not want that, and I don't want the line on this.
Yeah, perfect.
So that's how to take the line out on there, and then I'm going to stamp this slightly off-centre onto the heart itself. I actually want to be a bit further over. There we go.
Super. And I suppose it's kind of image as well. You could, that you can pick elements out of it anyway.
So you
that
see?
looks so cool, yeah.
Yeah. So you've got the randomness of it.
Yeah, it looks really effective. You'd never think that that was actually in the heart, would you?
No.
Yeah, that's really effective.
Now, the next thing we'll take is plaster of Paris bandages.
Oh, I haven't done out with these, have you, Leslie? No, I haven't.
Right. I'm going to hope to try, if I can, and bring these to the shows at some point. But at the moment, I'm not sure if I can. So I've cut a length off, roughly about, slightly over the edge.
Big.
And a little bath of water. And you don't want it to be, you want it to be wet enough to... This is the same type of thing that if you broke your arm or your leg, this is how they make,
Yeah, and it's brilliant for modelling and stuff as well, isn't it? It is brilliant for modelling,
that's the idea.
Yeah, I haven't used it.
And then open it out, and then we're going to place that randomly to create dimension down your heart. Yeah,
of course.
So this is a different way, rather than, I mean, you can do it with modelling paste,
I like the plaster of Paris, the bandages though, because it gives you the fibrous nature of it as well, doesn't it?
Absolutely. So I needed just a little bit more. I didn't put quite a long enough length. But the beauty about this is you can build it up. So.
How long do you let it dry for, Judith?
Well, you can actually force...
I'm calling you Leslie.
Sorry, I am,
because I'm looking at Judith.
AU does fine as well if you want to. We've known each other long enough. I would let it dry naturally if you can, but you can force it to dry with heat gun.
Okay.
But yeah, let it dry naturally and then it keeps its shape.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because if you blast it dry too much, you're going to start flattening it, I presume, aren't you?
Yes. Yeah. Now, don't worry about that. I've waited that, but it'll dry back. So then you can get as much texture and depth in as you want.
Yeah. Okay. And with that, with the plaster of Paris, because it is plaster of Paris, if you want to embed anything into it, you'd be able to do that, wouldn't you?
You could put gems in here, you could put beads, buttons, metal charms, anything you wanted to do that while it's still wet. Yeah. And then leave it, and then if you want to, then you can go over it with paints and everything. Yeah. So that's the technique.
That's fabulous. Oh, sorry. Hi, Leslie.
That's all right.
Okay.
It's okay.
Okay. Is it just one? Right, someone didn't check the baskets out. I've said it 50 million times. Someone didn't check the basket out. Right, that means one's bounced back. Literally one has bounced back. That means we've got one available, one. If you get it now, check your basket out. Or you will get, obviously you get entered into the giveaway as well, but check your basket out straight away. It's the only way guaranteeing it's yours. Just because it's sat in your basket, it doesn't mean it's yours. I am sorry, I know I say it a lot, but this is why, because if you don't, we do refresh your baskets after 6 minutes, and that means if it's not checked out, you might now look at your basket and you may have forgotten about it, and then you look at it and go, it's empty. What occurred? It's back in allocation. Right, whoever you are, check your basket out. Please don't let me say it again. Sorry. I know it's rude, innit? Check your basket out, and then we know it's yours. You know it's yours, we know it's yours, and that's that. And that is that. Okay. So, as we've said, so you can embed anything in this, you know, if you wanted to. Don't worry, it's leaching out a bit of the water, but this is so strong it doesn't matter. It'll stay that. So that's it in its raw form. Cool. I'm not going to show you the full text. I'm going to show you the finished article and explain how I did it. So you go from that to that look. Lovely. Beautiful. Now, I've used the Progresso pencils, as it shows you. Progresso pencils will actually work on the dried bandage. I'm sorry you haven't got them, but if you have got them, this will work on that. So it was coloured in with Progressos, and I used Progresso there. Then if you wanted to, you could take a Versamark. Yeah, yeah. Have it on, and some embossing powder. And then you get some more depth on that with embossing powder as well. Pretty. Yeah, and the beautiful thing about working on your whiteboard, it takes the saturation. It's not warped there. That is fine, and it's the same technique as there. Yeah, it's perfect. That is lovely, and it does give you that really nice. It's a good hard finish because it is your plaster of Paris. It is, yes. So you can then, and imagine if this had been studded with, as we say, with charms, with gems, with buttons, whatever you wanted to do into that. Yeah. You know, and you can just you can build up your home decor pieces with this. Look at the depth. Okay, if you'd love to get hold of that whiteboard, you know what to do. Another one. Oh, I had another one. If you want to go. Can we do another?
Yes. Can I do another one? Please, can I do another one?
Yeah, we might as well.
Right. This is using the waste. Okay.
Nice one. Yep, so the scraps.
So don't throw this away because it's strong enough to withstand you being able to stencil through it, stamp through it, paint through it, whatever.
Yeah.
So, it's the perfect medium. So I'm actually going to use some brushos.
Oh, I love the brushos.
Yeah, but they tend to go all over the workplace sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, if you use this, we're using this almost as a contain.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
So it's actually keeping it nice and specifically.
Yeah. So I've got you can do 3 complementary colours.
Yeah.
And you and you don't, again, remember, you don't need a lot.
Yes, you do not.
Okay. So
I love brushos.
Spritzer spray, which was on here, now the one that's in front of me that I can't see.
The one.
That's the one. So here we go. I haven't got much in that, as you can see. But just take the...
Favourite thing. I love brushos.
Okay. And look at that, you've got your circle.
Yeah. Oh, I love brushos.
So then
they make me really happy.
Take another one. Okay, so let's take a complementary colour here. You can overlap if you want. So I'm going to try and bring brushos back on if I can. There we go. So again, you don't need a lot. And you go, look.
Fab.
Right.
Yeah.
That's alizarin crimson.
Yeah.
Okay.
And thing is, if you feel that you've overspritzed it, you can keep that in place for a bit because it's going to soak up some of the water, isn't it?
It just contains it, so you get a perfect. Because as you know, brushos will spread with water.
Yeah.
And then the final colour, which I'll just do for a small one, and then.
And you really do need a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now that's your background.
Lush. Okay. Yeah, that's so nice.
You can do the same onto a matching button out of there for your whiteboard. Just a little sprinkle and spritz it. And I think we have the single one stamp. I'm not going to show you the fish thing.
We do have the single stamps.
No, but the wish stamp, the wish flower.
The wish one has gone.
But the single stamps will work. But you there's your background.
Yeah.
And there.
That's lovely.
There's your flower look, and that look.
That's pretty. Yeah, that looks really effective.
Yeah.
And it's nice having those.
Yeah, I missed one out there, as you can see, but you can do wherever you want. But just don't throw this away.
Yeah.
Because it's so useful for doing things like this. Yeah. As I say, stencil through it, stamp through it, whatever.
Yeah. No, again, it's brilliant.
I hope that's 2 different ways of using.
Yeah.
The board.
Yeah, that's a really nice idea. Love that. Okay, if you would like that fantastic whiteboard, you have got that. Only £11.99. That's your price. 134100. That's your item number. You've got your circles. You've got your hearts. You've also got the postcards as well. It is phenomenal value for money, and of course, there's so much you can do as well. If you do want that, you know what to do. 134100. Now, those colouring pages, 20 pieces of original artwork that you can colour in so many different ways. You can cut into them, you can decoupage them. They are beautiful, however you're using them. But we're approaching 3/4 of the stock has now gone with those as well.
And that was a big stock too.
And they are nearly gone. 202958. Now, we're coming back, but these are now individual. These are the only ones we've got left individually at £9.99. I mean, it has been so popular. And as you were saying, Leslie, all beautifully hand-drawn.
Yes, as all Sue's images are. Obviously, I've put the words and the script in, which isn't hand-drawn to a certain degree, because obviously you can't, with stamps, with script and things, you can't hand-draw it.
Yeah.
Select, as clearly as this. But I've introduced the words, I've introduced the backgrounds, because we wanted to give a slightly different flavour to Sue's images.
Yeah, I think it looks really effective.
We collaborate together.
Yeah, and it's nice.
Yes, it's lovely.
It's lovely that you can work together so well.
Yeah.
Now, the first one, 50% of the stock has gone individually, so that's been very, very busy indeed. That is your Bird of Joy. The next one is our Floral Delight. 1/4 of the stock on its own has gone individually. We then go for the Heart, which is down there. We're approaching half of the stock has now gone with that beautiful heart, and that's one Leslie used for stamping on the whiteboard. We've then got in the middle one, what's that called?
Mosaic flower.
Mosaic flower. Approaching 2/3 of the stock has gone there, and then last but not least, Madike.
Yes.
That is stunning. Go on. 3/4 of the stock has gone there. They're only £9.99 each. If you do want to buy them individually, we have got that option. 482597. And of course, look at that.
Yeah,
see that is beautiful.
Yes. Yeah.
That's your Madike.
Medici.
Yes. Medici.
It is Italian because it's Italian Latin script.
Fabulous. This is Medici.
Yeah. And the reason for putting the words beside these is these also, I think, would work for journals. You do journal work like I do when I get a chance. And I think this could be a good way of kicking off a journal page.
Yeah.
You've got so many words on those stamps that work with them.
I agree.
Just,
And I like it because 80% of stock has gone there. That is such a nice card.
Yes, that's
stunning.
I think that's Marga. I believe that's Marga from the Netherlands. Yes, it is.
Oh, it's stunning. I love it. I am a massive fan of seeing not finished samples because the amount of variance that you've got. Yeah. I mean, that is exactly the same stamp, and look how different.
But that's stamped over pattern paper, you see.
Yeah.
Don't let your pattern papers.
Stunning.
Yeah, that is pattern paper, crafty individuals pattern paper. I recognise it. Again, you don't let them fester because you can use your pattern papers as your base.
Yeah.
Judith beautifully showed in her first demo to colour over.
Yeah, absolutely. And
how fresh is that one? Look at the difference.
Yeah, stunning. They're all absolutely stunning. If you do want them individually, you have still got that option. £9.99, 482597. That's your item number. Oh, can I show you that?
This is what Judith made this morning. Well, she didn't make all of it this morning, but
let me just have a little look. See. So there you go. There you go. So it starts there. And then you've got all the images, so it could be a little star book, or obviously it can open up. That's really pretty.
And that is made from, the covers are made from the postcards out of the whiteboard. Of course,
yeah.
And then the back, if you turn it over and see the back of them, look, is all the words.
Oh, how lovely. Yeah, it's beautiful, that.
That's fabulous.
Because that just looks like decorative paper, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Absolutely glorious. Okay, £9.99, 482597. We are going to show that little clip, and it's to give you even more inspiration that you can use with some of the gorgeous things that we've got on today's show. Hello and welcome back. Medici. Said in my best Italian accents. Medici. This is now limited stock on its tot. If you would like it, you know what to do. 482597, £9.99, and that is your Medici. Okay then, what are we going to do? That is the one you wanted to use as well, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Crack on.
I'd better be quick.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, on our blog, the design team do a monthly feature on
Lovely.
called 15-minute cards.
Okay.
And our aim is to show our viewers how to do quick and easy cards.
Super.
A lot of our projects that we bring to show on Hochanda can look quite complicated and they might be a bit off-putting. And we like to show how you can make simple and easy cards using the stamps as well.
Super.
So I'm going to run through some quick and easy
Cool. We've got
cards.
6 minutes.
It will be quick, I promise. So the first one is using the Medici flower.
Okay.
I'm going to show you the finished card first of all, or partly finished card. And again, I've used some pattern paper and I've simply stamped onto the pattern paper and coloured the image, and I've used just tone-on-tone colours, so I've picked out the blue, but it's to show how quickly we can make this card.
Yeah, that is so pretty.
So I'm just going to use some VersaFine.
See, background papers, they really, really do lend themselves to these nice big stamps as well, don't they? Because you can really... and it makes the most out of your stamp. I do love it, because if you're stuck for ideas and things, then this is such a cracker to do, because everybody has so much pattern paper.
Yeah, we've all got scrapbook papers, and sometimes people don't like to cut into scrapbook papers because they think it's so pretty. But quite often you think, oh my goodness, I need to make a birthday card in a hurry. So-and-so's birthday is tomorrow, and you don't know what to make. And to cut a piece of... pattern paper, stamp a pretty image like this.
Yeah, so easy.
Colour it, and I actually made this card in under 5 minutes.
Wow, that is amazing. I do need to give you a big heads up, because the stamp has gone. I do apologise, that stamp has gone. That is your Medici. You have got the others, well, apart from the wish flower, I think it was. Everything else, the others are available individually, 482597.
Okay. I'm not going to waste time colouring this one, because
That's
you
lovely.
can see the finished sample. But it is simply a matter of colouring the image, putting it on some black paper and popping it onto the card.
That's beautiful.
Okay.
Perfect.
That's option number 1.
Okay.
Okay. Option number 2, I created a jelly print background.
We love jelly prints.
We've all got bits of pattern paper that we might have left over from another project, where we've mopped up on our backgrounds, things like that. We've popped them away for another day. We might have had a play session and we thought, right, okay, I'll make some extra backgrounds. So pull one of those out, pick out one of the lovely stamps and stamp an image.
Beautiful.
So I've chosen the bird.
Lovely. And this is one where you've cut the actual words off as well.
As I mentioned before, I've trimmed my words away from my stamps.
Lovely.
So again, I'm going to stamp this image straight onto the background.
Beautiful. And I do love doing this because I'm obsessed with my backgrounds. It's so nice sometimes just dragging those out and actually using them. You feel like you've accomplished something.
That's right.
And got rid of some of your stash.
And again, a lovely quick card. So I'm going to stamp the bird.
And that bird seems to lend itself to the circle, actually.
That's right.
Because of the shape of the bird, it sort of arches in, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Lovely, nice big stamps to make sure you get good coverage.
Yep. Now I'm going to add one of the words from the bird stamp. I don't want to use all of them, and I'm going to show a different way of just getting one of the words.
Okay.
I've masked off part of the rest of the word list, if you like. So I'm just going to stamp the top word.
Lovely.
And then I'm going to peel off my...
Yeah, that's important,
paper.
or else.
Just going to make sure that I haven't got any ink around the top of the stamp, because where I've carefully trimmed away from my my stamp, sometimes because I've got quite a bit of waste rubber here, I get a little bit of ink.
Yeah.
And then I'm just going to add this word.
It's nice as well because you've got the rest of the stamp, if you will. It means you've got that balance when you're stamping it, because otherwise that's the kind of one that can rock, isn't it?
That's right.
That's pretty.
And there again, I could colour this in if I wanted to, but if I was in a hurry...
Yeah, that's beautiful.
I've got a quick and simple card.
That's absolutely gorgeous. Thank you very much indeed.
That's card number 2. How long did that one take?
Very long. I'm not sure, not long, but I don't think. Have we got? Yeah, we've no time. We've run out of all the time. They're lovely, absolutely lovely. I do need to give you a quick shout because limited stock now. That's going to sell out as well. I know we've only got a couple of minutes left. That is now very limited stock. 134100. That's your item number. Now that giveaway. Oh, there was £300 worth of goodies available here, up for grabs. There was stamps, there was beautiful stencils. There were so many fabulous goodies in there that basically any crafter would be proud to own. And that was our giveaway. Now, everything's gone, hasn't it? The one-day special sold out. The bundle sold out. That means the chances of winning it have gone, doesn't it? Does that mean we can tell who's won?
Oh, we've got a winner. Have we got a winner?
Can we do it? Can we do it? Yay!
Oh,
so,
wow.
Diane Gleedo from Doncaster, congratulations.
Well done. That's fantastic.
Oh, Diane, I am a little bit jealous. That's going to be so cool,
Diane,
getting hold of all of that.
You're going to have so much fun, and you're probably going to have a lot of friends coming to visit you as well.
Yeah, it is something maybe you'll share a little bit.
Yeah.
Look at all of that.
Oh, well done, well done.
Diane,
I'm so pleased.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
And there's all sorts in there. See, when we talked about stamps, I mean, you have got so many stamps in there.
You've got 4A4, huge 4A4
Wow.
double big sets. You have got 4A5 sets. You have got 4A6 sets.
Amazing.
You have got Faber-Castell aquarelle pencils, our white charcoals that we bring,
Amazing.
stencils, canvas boards, journals, soft paste. We have got craft card, storage, water brushes. You have just got a feast that's going to keep you going for weeks and weeks and weeks.
Diane, maybe I should come and visit and deliver it. Congratulations, ladies, congratulations. It's been a fantastic show.
Thank you, everybody,
Thank
so
you.
much. We love you. Thank you.
Well, they obviously love you as well, all right, Leslie. Well done, ladies. Thank you very much, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye. Next, we have got daisy chain designs for you. We've then got Sora's beautiful black and gold collection, and then that gorgeous metal embossing with Pete Dale products over on Crafting Market. Itsy bitsy.
Hello, I'm Kathy.
And I'm Mel.
And together we're Pink Ink Designs.
We're a small independent company who produce hand-illustrated fabric patterns.
And we digitally print all our designs onto fabric for you to colour, embroider and decorate with three-dimensional elements.
We've been coming to Hochanda for almost a year. We absolutely love coming and working with the team over there, but even more, we love bringing our products to show you.
And we're looking forward to sharing our top tips with you, how to paint, embroider and make really bespoke patterns.
Hi, I'm Chloe from Chloe's Creative Cards. We are an award-winning family company based here in the northeast of England. We've been working with Hochanda since the very beginning and the launch of the channel, and we've had such an amazing journey so far. We've been bringing you lots of fabulous new stamps, dyes, glitters, embossing powders, and we've got so much more to bring over the coming years too. Over the coming months and year, we'll bring you some fantastic new products to Hochanda. We'll be extending our dye range and we'll be bringing you some fantastic new stamps as well, along with our gorgeous sparklicious glitters and some fabulous new colours in the wow embossing powders too. It's going to be a brilliant year, and I really hope that we'll bring you something that inspires you in your card making. Don't miss my shows and craft along with me on Hochanda.
Hello there, Sue's joining us from Daisy Chain Designs. Now, usually it's Sue and Gail, isn't it?
It is.
Sue, but it's just Sue today.
They've abandoned me.
Yeah.
Left me on my own.
It's busy, though, you know, running a business and things, so they're busy back at base.
They are. I can't say they're not busy. They both are very busy girls and come up with lots of new designs.
And we know for sure that Gail was watching earlier, because it was a very busy show, wasn't it?
It
You were
was,
on TV
yes.
earlier.
She rang me and said it was very nice, so that was very kind, and Sue said the same. So, yes, it's lovely. I think they're missing me.
Oh.
Missing being here.
Oh, because it is an experience.
It is. You know, the more I do, the less nervous I hope I am now.
I hope you weren't nervous at the very beginning, were you? Was it
first show
me and you on our first show, was it? Or...
it was Fiona, actually, back last February.
She's even lovelier. She's like, it's difficult to get nervous with Fiona. So she's not on very often, but she's here sometimes, Fiona. So, yeah, Sue and Gail, usually from Daisy Chain Designs, lots of designs from all three of you across the board. So have a little look. But different items this hour than were on last hour.
Yes, we always like to sort of do two different shows. So we've got 6 different products for this show.
Yeah.
But we're also bringing back, I think, some of our friends from this morning because they were so popular as well. So I think we were going to just have a little
what about the hedge pigs?
I know you like those, Matt, don't you?
Yeah, look at these two. I love these. Limited stock. We all love them, the hedge pigs. And they are so nice. £10.99 plus delivery. It gets you just so much tactility, look and feel and everything.
I think again, you know, I think the thing with the hedgehogs is they appeal to all ages. You know, they appeal to young people, they appeal to, you know, my age group. They also appeal to, you know, much older people. And you know, these days I think there are people, sadly, you know, with dementia, and I think there's a lot of emphasis now on tactile and you know, touching and you know, that sort of lovely sort of feeling of something. So you know, again, they sort of appeal to, I think, to every age group, really. And again, the fun thing is you can make them be in whatever colour you like as well. So you get the pattern and the cream fabric with those just to get you started.
Most definitely. Just in that situation you mentioned there as well having experienced a little bit of that, is about just triggering things, whatever it might be, whether it's a colour, whether it's a feel, whether it's a story or an experience. It's about triggering and just drawing out and bringing back certain conversations. They're so lovely. They're absolutely beautiful. But the price is confusing me because it just seems a bit low. It seems like I'm getting a Hedge Pigs cushion pattern and the fabric for £10.99.
I get in the cream fabric, Matt, which is the backing, the backing fabric, and then obviously the spines. Then everyone can make up their own choices from home. But yes, it's a heavyweight cotton fabric. We've used a cotton drill.
Yes.
It's just, as I think I explained in the earlier show, you just need something a little bit more stronger than a normal cotton fabric. I have seen it made in ordinary cotton, and it's fine, but it's a little bit flimsy. You just need a little bit more, something with a bit more welly in it, just to, you know,
a bit of welly,
a bit of welly in it, just so that you can sew the spines on nicely.
But you can see with the body for the face and the body, you see, it's the same strong fabric that you've got. And the beauty is, it's a bit of a stash buster in the sense that you can use different materials, can't you?
You're absolutely right, because I'm sure none of the viewers at home have got any fabric in their stashes. Anything like me, I'm going to probably live till I'm about 400 to use mine up. But no, it's a great one for stash busting, or if you really can't bear to cut your stash, which is also another big problem that us sewers have, then you can actually then always go out and buy some more.
Of course,
always a good excuse, isn't it?
Always a good excuse to buy more fabric. Love the way you can sort of match up the colours as well. So if you have got things like, you know, rolls, fat quarters, you know, things like that, stacks, charm packs, and layer cakes that you know have been matched for their patterns, that they really work. £10.99 gets you so much here. You know, that might be fair enough to get a pattern and set of instructions sometimes, but no, you're getting the fabric as well for that strong fabric back. So the backing fabric as well as your pattern instructions. 582769. We are very, very busy there for our hedge pigs. Another popular item to mention are the cats and dogs wall hangings, aren't they?
I know. Yeah. They've been really popular again. And in the earlier show, I did do quite a lengthy demonstration on how to do a plique and how to use fusible webbing.
Yes.
Because a lot of our projects that we featured not only in this morning's show but also in the show now feature that technique, and for a lot of people they're not quite sure how to use it possibly, or if you have used it you need a refresher. So I'm hoping my little sort of tutorial earlier, sort of demonstration helped anybody out who was not sure.
What time was that at?
That was at 8 o'clock this morning.
8 o'clock, okay. 8 a.m. this morning. You can watch it on Rewind, which is our catch-up service. What you're looking at is the perfect pooches wall hanging there. Could be a wall hanging, could be for a table, could be for a dining room, or a kids' room, a children's room, or maybe even, you know, split up into cushion tops.
That's exactly what I've done, Matt. As you can see with the little cushion in front of you, I've just been working on the dachshund there. So I took him from the pattern and thought, oh, you know, he'd make a really sweet little cushion. And he's a really nice
shape,
he's a good shape, he's a nice shape, He's got a naughty little look on his eyes, hasn't he?
It's the eyebrows.
It is the eyebrows. I think I sort of, I could just get into a bit of mischief, but maybe I'll hold fire.
Do dogs have eyebrows? Answer on a postcard and send them into Hochanda.
I would be interested to know. Mine have anyway. In our world, they're allowed to have.
My rabbit's got eyelashes, so I know, weird, isn't it?
My cat's got eyelashes, I noticed.
They're called whiskers. So,
whiskers. Is that what they are? Whiskers. Made it wrong.
Eye whiskers. So listen, our perfect pals, perfect pooches rather, wall hanging pattern set with the perfect pals for the cats and the perfect pooches for the dogs. That's the perfect pals for the cats now. Perfect, as in P-U-R-R. Now, both of these patterns and instructions, they're full on because you've got all the patterns and the templates and the outlines, you see. So they really are full patterns. When we talk about the instructions, comprehensive, that's the one. So £9.99 plus delivery, because you're getting £4 off today. They've been very, very busy. They've sold out earlier, so they're on extended delivery, and 10% of that extended delivery. 15% now. My gosh, I do waffle. I do waffle. It was 10% when I was first told the information. Now it's 15%. £9.99 plus delivery to order with your savings. 677-272. So we're going to demonstrate the cushion, aren't we?
We are. As I say, on this morning I demonstrated how to use the fusible webbing. What I've done since the early show this morning is I've actually just bonded all of the shapes down, and as I mentioned, if they had a little bit of extra fabric, then they were there to be tucked under. So you can see here with his little leg here, that piece has just been slightly slid under the main body. It does tell you in the pattern, and there is a guide to help you, so which bit goes under and which bit goes over. And if I just move to his face here, then you can see, and again it makes sense, his collar will go under his face. So it doesn't really help very much, because I think you probably used a very similar colour to the collar, which is also probably a good idea. Maybe if you're making it at home, you might just want to use a bigger contrast. But I thought, oh, you know, red will do fine.
But you can see his ear going over the collar as well.
Yes, exactly. And then his nose, And the other thing I did do is I just did draw on the front of the, with the eyes and the eyebrows, because these are then guidelines just to do your little bit of embroidery at a later date. So what I'm just going to do now is talk about the stitch that we use. And on all of the projects that have been on this show and also on the earlier show, I particularly like a buttonhole stitch on my sewing machine. If you don't have a buttonhole stitch, you can use a zigzag stitch, and I will show you some samples of a closed zigzag when we talk about the sleeve.
The buttonhole stitch just gives you a really nice sort of smooth.
It does.
If you feel a buttonhole, you know, it's got that smooth sort of.
It's got a smooth look, and what it does, I'm going to just draw it out on a piece of paper here, and you can see here I've just done a little sample of the buttonhole stitch, and the secret really is just to look at your machine and see how the stitch works. So what happens is, to start with, your needle position is over on the side here, and here's my fabric that I want to sew down. So my needle's going to go in here, and the first stitch on the machine goes that way, and then it comes out, and then it goes in, up, along, in, out, along. And if you can just get into the rhythm of knowing where your stitch is going to be, that will actually really help you when you come to do your sewing, because you can then just keep it as a guide along there. So I'm going to just pop him under the...
Breaking news on the hedge pigs, they have technically sold out. Technically means they're all stock is in baskets, so all you need to do is check out if it's in your basket to definitely make sure that it's yours. If you don't, you do run the risk of missing out. So all technically sold out on the hedge pigs. Congratulations if you got in there, because it's a pattern.
They are great fun to make, and we saw some lovely examples in the earlier show as well. So I hope everyone enjoys making them. They are a great fun to make. So as I just explained, my needle is on the far right position. Now I use an open-toed foot on my sewing machine, something that I can actually really see where I'm actually going to be sewing. And that is a great big help when you come.
Yes.
So with my foot down,
it's just that C shape or blocky shape where you just got the. It's exposed.
It is exactly that. So I'm going to try. I am left-handed, so bear with me, everyone at home, because I'm trying to keep my hands out of the way. Making sure as I sew that stitch is just catching the very edge of my little body of the dog, and then that inward stitch is just catching it inward, and that I think gives it a really nice, neat edge. And as I said, I'm working on the rhythm of knowing where that next stitch is going to be, and I'm going to just speed up a bit because otherwise it might be a little bit boring. And I just want to show everyone how I would deal with a curve. Everyone says, oh, it's easy to sew a straight bit through, but how do you do a curve? OK, now I'm going to do half a stitch. My needle is down, and now I'm going to just move it a smidge round because the stitch is going to still be straight. Now, you might think this is a bit of a bother, but believe me, it's the difference between taking a minute or two just to take your time and a really nice finish.
So you're stopping needle down?
Needle down, yeah, and I'm just twisting it.
And then
I'm going to just...
Are you raising it then twisting it?
I'll just do it... Sorry, so it's down, it's in, half the stitch. So the next stitch is going to come into the dog. Because it's a straight stitch and I want it to be slightly curved, I'm just moving it a smidge.
Okay.
And I'll show you in a minute when I finish just doing it, and then I can take the work out and everyone can see it at home. And if it's a gentle curve, you don't have to worry too much about keep stopping the work. But I'm just going to bring him up to his tail here. And again, just keep your eye on where it's going to go. And it really does make a big difference. Now, the other thing you can do is I've used a contrast thread here, so everyone can see at home the detail. But I really do like working with those lovely variegated threads that you can get.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You know, they're really nice, and they're a thicker thread. They're usually a 40 weight thread. So what that means is it's going to really sit on top of your work, so you can really see the stitch, which is rather nice. So I'm just going to come up to the top of his tail here. Stitch, stop, come back, just run the work round. Stop, stitch, and again, if I was at home, I might just take a little bit more time with this, and then just bring him.
Now it should be plain sailing just around that last
and then that round bit, and then just come down. And if I just take the work out.
It's the cushion that we're making, and it's the Dachshund or sausage dog on the longer cushion, because he's been just taken out, or he or she has been taken out of the main wall hanging or the main quilt or whatever it might be for you. But that's just one panel, let's say, one segment.
Yes, it is, of the whole quilt.
Hanging.
Yes, it is. And the same with the cats. Each cat's got a different expression and a different face as well, so they come as a double pack. So, yeah, you can now see that I've taken him out of the sewing machine. So you get a really nice curved stitch there as you go round. I probably would have taken a bit more trouble with his tail tip, but as I was rushing for the show, you can just see the details quite nice. But this is a lovely stitch that comes all the way round.
Curve.
Just take a minute or two on extra time.
Yeah.
And it's the same with the shapes with the Noah's Ark quilt. Again, that's all done in exactly the same way. And the chicken quilts as well, all blanket stitch or buttonhole stitch around the shapes.
Yeah, it's that same sort of shape, isn't it? That's the Noah's Ark wall hanging at the moment. Details are on the screen for what's hanging behind me. That's the perfect pals, perfect pals. And then the Perfect Pooches is just up over this way as well. We're nearly a third of the stock gone on the extended delivery as well. So it's a lot of people that are going to be... Make sure that you send your photos in.
Please do. I'd love to see different ones. Yeah.
Facebook. Definitely, and send them in, and we can always pass them on to Sue. That's the Perfect Pooches as well. That's the wall hanging, but this is just one of them taken out as a cushion, because once you've got the pattern, go for it. You are getting both patterns, and they're £9.99 plus delivery. Normally £13.99 plus delivery, because there are a lot of elements in there, a lot of extra sort of shapes and elements that are building up each pattern and each image. So a lot of work's gone into each of the patterns. You're dispatching them from the 9th of January. Now it's over a third of the stock gone on those. So they are going very, very fast in real time, just as we're speaking. 677-272, and it's £9.99 for both patterns. The hedge pigs, they are back on extended delivery. They sold out, technically sold out, and then completely sold out about sort of 5 minutes ago or so. We've managed to work behind the scenes to finalise things on a extended delivery offer on that dispatch from the 12th of January, £10.99 plus delivery to order those, and it's 582769. As you see from the photo, you not only get the pattern instructions, but you get the backing fabric there as well. 10th of January dispatch from, we believe, 582769. Now, Daisy Chain Designs, Sue, are made up of Sue and Gail.
They are.
And you may have seen other Sue and Gail on the shows before. Gail was here in December.
She was, yes, she was, and on her own. And this is Gail's, that's right. You know, again, endlessly popular. I think these are made of fleece. Yes. And I think it was, for me, when I first saw these pieces of work, they were absolute eye-opener because they are unbelievably tactile. I mean, again, like the hedgehogs, you just can't help but have a little stroke of the fringing. And working in fleece, I never had worked in fleece until I had a try, and I absolutely loved it. It's such a forgiving fabric, doesn't fray like felt, you know, so you haven't got to worry about any edges sort of coming apart or fraying or anything like that. You just cut the shapes out, bond them down, and then again stitch around them, and they are absolutely delightful. And we've got 2 different pattern sets here, Matt. Shall we hold?
Yeah, shall I hold the quilt up?
Shall
you want to grab the cushion?
Shall I grab the cushion? That's the flower bed.
Love them. They're so tactile, because sometimes, if you've ever done that craft with the proggy tool and the tool going through, and you bond it on the hessian, and you've got the tassels on your felt.
Yes.
But you could have I got it upside down?
Yeah.
And it's, but yeah, it's lovely from the front, but then from the back, the unofficial tassels, this is lovely.
Isn't it beautiful?
Making the most of the tassels.
It really, it just...
Gail, this is lovely.
She's so clever, isn't she? I know. She's
brilliant.
Such a clever lass.
She's
very talented,
brilliant.
As is the lovely Sue as well. You know, I'm very lucky to have Sue and Gail, you know, in my life as friends, but also, you know, that make come up with the most amazing designs. You know, they are very sweet.
Do you know, this is just pop it on the floor, keep it on the floor, and it's just going to live there for the first 2 or 3 years,
can't you? Exactly.
of somebody small's life in the house, and they're gonna love it. You could even personalise it a bit and put crinkly stuff in.
Yes, you could absolutely. Yes, you know, you get that nice crinkly stuff and put it behind. Obviously, you'd leave the buttons out till they were a little bit older, but then as they got older, you could sort of maybe start the embellishing. You know, when they knew they weren't going to eat the buttons and bits and pieces, or you could sew. You know, if you're good at embroidery, you could embroider buttons and little bits and details on here. But you know, I love the little spider's web that she sort of just put onto the D there for flower bed, which is absolutely lovely. You get all of the shapes, Matt. So you've got the sunflower, the sort of tulip shapes. You've got these little flowers. So if you're not really into making the whole quilt, there is also instructions for a cushion, and we've got the same with the dolly mixture as well.
Show that cushion?
Yeah, the cushion I think is just over on the other side. That's lovely.
Yeah,
that's super.
There we go. The other cushion,
Yes, it's just I think we hung it up behind me there, ran out of space on the counter. But this is what the dolly mixture one looks like as the cushion, and that's a different pattern to flower bed. And these again come with a pack of buttons
show that,
to get the people started. So with the dolly mixture you get little cakes, and with the flower bed you get little sort of little flowers. Yes, exactly. More.
Really sweet, like butterflies, bees, and caterpillars on the other one that we've just seen. What I thought was really important is that you see this, because I think it visualises just how much work goes into each pattern and set. Now, I want to skip through the first few pages, because obviously you open those out and they're full A4 of writing and diagrams. But the main bit, once you get past the build-up of the whole quilt, is you've got your stitch types. But then look, all of these shapes, this is the bit that I wanted to get to, just to show you all of the shapes and elements and the work, therefore, that has gone into it. You multiply that up by many times through the pattern, and you've got everything that you need in order to build it.
Exactly, you know, and I think, you know, again, the nice thing with this, it sort of transcends all ages. You said, you know, from very small little people up to, I never forget doing a quilt show a little while ago, and I had the quilts on display, and there was a elderly lady in a wheelchair with her daughter, and she just sort of felt the quilt and stroked it, and you know, it was just lovely to see the look on her face. You know, she was just transfixed and taken back in time by that loveliness.
That's what we were talking about earlier, isn't it? It's just that one little touch that might trigger something, you know.
Exactly.
Definitely.
It's great, isn't it?
We adore it. It's the dolly mixture and also the flower bed. Two options here that you've got for your applique quilts and cushion packs. You do get the buttons with whichever one you're going for. 206189. Look, it tried to get away, but it stayed in the end.
It stayed in the end.
It's very, very good value there for the amount of work that's gone into that and the amount of help and support you've therefore got with your pattern and instructions. Cues on the phone, so the best way to order is on the website. And this is one of your designs here,
It is. Me and my lovely other cousin. I'm very lucky. I've got two very talented cousins. I've got Katie, who's a graphic designer, and I've got Kelly, who was a fashion designer. And she came up with these little bags, which I just think... I'm a bag girl, Matt, I have to confess.
You're allowed to be.
I'm allowed to be. I'm not a shoe person, but I am a bag girl. I do love a bag. And so what I thought would be fun was if she designed something for me that could be reversed.
Right.
So then you can argue, well, I've got two bags for the price of one here.
That's a good way of arguing it. You do.
So you have the option, obviously, very clever, to have. I mean, I've done them in a red polka dot with a little blue flower, but again, you know, the choice is yours, so you can take them up in whatever fabrics that you like.
It's really good because you've got the handle detail there, the pocket detail, as well as the lining. So it's all, it's all matching. But you know, if you've got your bag full to the brim and you can't really see the lining, you've still got the detail of that pocket.
You've got the detail on there, and I think it's a fun, easy bag to make. You know, it's always been a popular pattern because it's not too tricky. So shall I let you play with that?
Yeah. I just feel.
Are you a bag person?
I did just take it off you there. Definitely.
Yeah, you like that. Definitely. I can see. I should have to watch that one.
I can't. It's more of a. It's less of a. You can't really model it that way.
No.
But you can sort of.
That's it. That's the way. We want everyone to see it. And they say, well, did you make it? Oh, yes, just knocked it up. In fact, I hadn't realised this actually really goes with my outfit today.
Yeah.
I'm not normally very coordinated.
Longer straps working
well.
Longer
straps. So again, the two patterns come on the same set. So you can have either the tote bag or you can have the reversal bag. And again, just take the little lining out there. Better packaging, just to make it look...
Just a couple of plastic bags.
Yeah. They're worth a lot of money now.
Yeah. Oh,
you
yeah,
pay for them. I'm not leaving those behind.
Whenever I say no to a bag, they're like, are you sure it's 25p? No, I really don't.
No. There again. So again, you've got the option there with that one as well. Oh, someone's alive in the studio, knocking something off. So again,
I did not touch that. Before anyone blames me or says, oh, Matt, oh no, not you again. It wasn't me. It was the air conditioning.
Yeah, that suits you, Matt.
Yeah?
Definitely, yeah.
I can't believe I didn't even ask permission. I just naturally...
It's all right.
Yeah. It just feels so right.
It does. I know. I'm going to make a selection of man bags, because men do need bags, definitely, without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah,
all this paraphernalia you carry around, don't you?
Yeah, it's all there.
Yeah.
Oh, you can fit a lot in there. Your moisturiser, your breakfast bar, your phone, your keys, your purse.
Chocolate.
Definitely a packet of Maltesers. So other lightweight chocolate treats are of course available. So 631034 is your item number for your reversible tote and your reversible hand bag pattern set. So it's $14.99 plus delivery. But it's not today, it's $10.99 plus delivery. And don't even bother thinking about delivery if you are with Hochanda Freedom, you know. 631034. Really quickly then, Sue, do you find that when you're sending out orders, do you find that there's a lot of Freedom members out there?
Yes, it's really surprising. Yes, I do. I notice a lot on it, and it's such good value because, you know, we only have to pay, you know, just that limited amount once a month.
$6.97, that's it, and you get unlimited standard delivery amongst loads of other stuff.
Yeah, no, it's a really, really good deal.
So just find, because with over 10,000 people now, you find there's a lot of people then you're sending out to.
Oh gosh, yes, thank you, yes, and thank you everyone who orders as well. It means a lot to us. Thank you.
Okay.
One of your favourites, this one.
I love it.
I know.
I absolutely love it. Love it to bits. This is Sue. Other Sue
designed this, and she became a granny. I think in August this year.
Didn't
she?
The
baby Jack, who's doing very well. He's looking absolutely bonny from the pictures I've seen of him.
Not keeping mum and dad up too much.
No, I think he's a good boy, actually. Yeah, and I think he's doing very, very well. So they're wonderful parents.
Coming through,
So I think Sue originally designed this with him in mind, or for a small person coming in. You know, always a useful thing just for keeping all those baby bits in.
Yeah.
So she designed it with the little ducklings on the front, and I think it would do for boy or girl. You know, it doesn't matter. You can obviously, if you really wanted to theme it, because you're getting the pattern and the stiffener. We use the pelmet violin a lot in our work, and this is a fantastic stiffener because you can sew through it really easily. But it's you know, quite pliable. You know, but it holds its form well, doesn't it? As well, you can see, you know, it stands up on its own quite well.
Okay, you can sew through it. Is that with a machine? But can you also do a bit of hand stitch finishing off?
You can hand sew through it. Yes. I mean, you wouldn't want to do too much through it, but you can hand sew it through. Finishing it off, anything like that is nice. Yes,
right.
little detail.
Lovely stuff. So put whatever it might be in here. I'm sure you've got your own ideas. Maybe once you've got the pattern and instructions and everything, personalise it up, nauticalise it, and maybe make it for a bathroom or something.
Absolutely. I mean, that would be a fantastic idea, actually, is keep all your bathroom paraphernalia in as well, wouldn't it? You know,
paraphernalia. There you go.
That's a good word.
It's an 8-letter word or whatever it might be. 646221 is your item number there. It's £12.99 plus delivery to get hold of your ducklings basket pattern and your stiffener. Not Stifler, that's a character from the American Pie movies. Right, so an update. We've got an update for you. Over 80% of the Perfect Pals and Perfect Pooches patterns has already gone, and even that's on extended delivery. I know. When we were over at the desk last time, it was like 10%, then it was 20%, then it was a third by the time I got a chance to have. It's just gone limited stock now, live. It feels like we're live doing the news here. I feel like Ron Burgundy. I feel like I was born to have great hair and read the news. 677272 is the item number, and it's £9.99 plus delivery to get hold of those before they sell out. Also, the Hedge Pigs is approaching 40% of the stock gone. You get the backing fabric and the Hedge Pigs pattern and instructions. 582769. That's backing fabric, not backing band. So yes, Sue, we are back. Next to our sewing machine. What are you going to treat us to now?
Well, I thought I would do just show you two different ideas, and one was just how to tackle the bag, because again there are people out there, you know, a bit like me to start with, who thought, you know, can I manage a bag? Is it a little bit tricky? And mine are very easy, so I just wanted to show everybody literally how easy it was. And the other thing I was going to just talk about before I do that, if that was okay, was with the fleece quilts, was just to show the applique and how you do the well, I've already demonstrated how to do the stitches, but again, you can have some real fun. Each of the shapes are made individually. I know, isn't that great?
Thread on there.
That's the variegated thread that I mentioned, and it's really lovely, isn't it? Because it just gives extra texture.
So, to those watching, that circle there is variegated thread.
That circle is variegated thread, and there's different ones on the market. And what that one is I can't remember the brand, but it's got quite a short colour. It changes colour quite quickly, within about 6 inches. So what it does, it gives you this fantastic, you know, little colour choice. And again, you can see, as I said earlier, I really love using variegated thread, and this is the buttonhole stitch again that I used earlier on the doggies as well. And it is one of my favourite stitches because it just holds the shape really well. And then I'll just bring in the cupcake as well, which I have to say is my favourite, I think, on that one. And I have a real fondness for cupcakes. And the one thing I wanted just to show as well is that the background is fleece, but on my samples, the fabric actually is cotton, and it's absolutely fine. You can fuse the cotton onto fleece very, very easily. You just have to watch your iron setting, because the fleece doesn't like too hot a setting. So just choose the fusible carefully that you want. But yes, otherwise it's absolutely fine.
But you don't have to have your iron on full blast anyway. So fuse it. You know, just start cool to warm, then warm to hotter, and just see as it goes. You know, just feel it as it goes.
Definitely. And I said before on the earlier show, just do read the instructions carefully on the branding, because some of the fusibles are different to others. But I just love these shapes, you know. And again, what I love with girls' work is you've got all these shapes, and so if you're not into making quilts, this would look really sweet on a little tea towel, or you know, for any home dec or towels, you know, or if you're making you know, aprons, you know, the shapes are just really easy. And I honestly promise you, Matt, these took me about 20 minutes to make, so they are really fast. If Gail has demonstrated this earlier, but what you actually do to get the fringing is, when you actually come to sew it, you do actually just bring the two seams together, and she tells you the seam allowance is bigger than normal. That's exactly right, yes. And you sew along the seam, so you end up with this sort of big chunky area, and then very last thing that you do before you finish the quilt is you actually, just with a nice little pair of sharp scissors, just snip, 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 snip all the way around, and then suddenly you end up with a beautiful project like you've got in your hands there.
It's so beautiful. It's so, you know, touchable, tactile, whatever. And Marlene has emailed in to ask what fabric has been used on the blocks here. As we say, it's just that fleece. Yeah.
Just fleece. Yes, it is just fleece.
So it's not fraying, but it's got that beautiful feel to it.
It is. It's perfect. I think a lot of the shapes here are just nicely showing the flower here, and that again is fleece on fleece with fleece on top again. I believe the little heart in the middle is fabric, and that was a pre-bought fabric with the different squares in there. So again, you know, you can have some fun looking around. There's some beautiful fabrics out there. You could even get a fabric with maybe a teddy on there or a shape, and then just applique that on. And you can see again, Gail loves using rickrack, so she's just edged that one with rickrack. So rather than actually sewing all the way around
all these finishing things that we might have in our, it all gives it an intrigue. It all gives it a bit of texture and blend and colour and depth and stuff, and all these little bits and bobs that you might have in your sewing box that you think, oh, you know, as your sewing box, who am I kidding, like literally scattered all over the room, but it's like, how can I build it in? What can I use that for? You know, get it in there like the rickrack. Like, it's just,
I love it, and you know, I just think again, it's if you don't want to make the whole quilt, as I say, you can just take the certain shapes, or if you wanted to make a small little cushion to have a start with to sort of see how you like the technique, then it's a brilliant way of starting. But the instructions are in there for the quilt and also for the cushion as well.
Yeah, it's the applique quilt and cushion kit here, and pattern with the buttons as well, and it's £9.99 plus delivery to order. You do get all of the information, all the patterns, etc., to make your dolly mix or flower bed design in both the cushion and the quilt. 206189. The Perfect Pals and Perfect Pooches has now just technically sold out. What was made, you know, to use that sausage dog cushion, but also the Perfect Pals behind me and the Perfect Pooches over the other shoulder. They have now technically sold out on extended delivery. So we've worked hard to keep those available for as long as possible, but they have now gone. That's the lovely pattern to make both of those quilts, wall hangings or table covers, table runners. It's £9.99 plus delivery to get both of them, but they've now technically sold out. Yeah. Queues are back on the phone, so the best way to order is on the website. And you're working with the bag now?
I am. I just thought again I would just show, you know, how easy the bag is to make, because as I said earlier, you know, I was a little bit, when I started making bags, I'm not really into 3D work as much as Gail and Sue are. I haven't had probably as much experience in it, but I do like cushions and quilts and wall hanging. So I sort of said to my cousin who designed it, can I have something easy, you know, that will work really well. So what you basically do, Matt, is if you could just maybe show the little... That's exactly that one, yes.
Right, longer handles.
Yes, and you've got a pattern in there, and I have just started to sew this up, because otherwise it's a bit boring to watch everyone sewing seams up. But you're basically making two little bags, and you're sewing one into the other. So if I just turn this the right way through, it'll give you a better idea of it. So that is that shape there for the tote bag. But that's half of it sewn. I've sewn down the side seams, and I'm going to just show you how I do the bottom, because the bottom is quite clever. So in the pattern, you cut this out as one piece, and it does tell you in there, and you cut one out in one of your fabrics, and then one out in a second fabric. And then with one of them you'll use some wadding in there just to stabilise it. That's all I've used. I haven't used anything stiffer than that, just some wadding. But it just gives it enough strength just to sort of hold its shape. Yeah, rather than just completely flopping over. Exactly. I didn't want it to be a completely floppy bag, but I didn't want it to be too strong and stiff. You know, I quite like a soft bag. Plus, that's empty at the moment, and once it's got a few things in it, it's got even more sort of body to it as well. So I'm going to turn this through. So in the pattern, what it says is that you sew up the side seams here, which I've done here. Okay, sorry, keep moving. So you sew up the side seam. So this is one seam here, and you'll see you've got this sort of funny little cutout shape in the pattern here. And I label these X, Y, and Z. So it's very easy what to do. So I've sewed this one already. So what I've done is I've sewn down here, and then what you do, which is very clever, and I loved this when I first learned it, is you take the bag and you pull this part and that part apart. Are you with me? Yes. Shall I do that again? Yeah, you used the word part about 3 times in the same sentence, but I still followed it. Did I? Yeah. You see, you don't always realise what you're saying. No, so now... He's still here. Did you take this part against this part? And then I'll do it again slowly. So there we go. So there to there, I took that bit and pulled, and now that has given me another seam to sew, and you'll know you're right because your your side seam will now be in the middle. Okay, so bear with me, and I'm going to just now then go back to home.
I've heard different people talk to their machines.
I know.
You sound very sort of like, right, now then, you know, we're going to go
It's
back
a new machine, actually.
Right,
I've not used it that much.
So
I'm going to just go back to straight. Yes, you will behave. Yes, if in doubt, turn it off and turn it on again to find out, go back out of the program.
Have you been speaking to our IT department?
Yes. Yes, our high-tech department there, isn't it? It's amazing how it all goes together. Right, so I've got straight stitch on my sewing machine, just a normal stitch mat. So I know I'm right because that side seam is now in the middle. This machine has a little, like, think about it, it goes, I love it, but it just has a little, and then it sews, okay. Yeah. So all I'm doing is just sewing that small little seam along, stop, up.
Listen for the machine next time, and you'll see what we mean when we say it goes.
It makes a little brrr noise. It chats to you, doesn't it? So that's my seam. So now I've got effectively a sugar bag bottom. So when I hold it up like that, can you see you've got that nice square bottom in there?
Yes.
And that is how the bag is made. So it's literally 4 seams. Isn't that clever?
Yeah.
So you've got that one.
It gives you the benefit of that bottom, that sugar bag, as you call it.
It does indeed. You sew your pockets on, exactly. You sew your pockets on, and you'll sew your handle. It tells you all in the pattern, and then when you come to make it, you pop one bag inside the other, and then top stitch the 2 seams closed.
Okay.
It is ever so easy.
Is there something you've got to get your head around with? Is it wrong? Normally it would be right sides together.
Yes.
Because then you turn it through, but because it's a reversible bag, is there something weird going on there?
Does it need to be that's right. Yes.
Wrong sides together?
That's right. So one bag would be outermost.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And then the lining would be innermost.
Okay. Okay. So that when you then turn it through,
it comes out the right way. Okay. It is very clever. But it does tell you in the pattern how to do it.
Basically, make it right the first time, or make it wrong the first time and then get it right the second time.
It is.
It can't get worse than that.
It can't be. Well, the worst thing is you have to just unsew it, but no, I do tell you how to do it. It's just a minute of just, before you commit, just think.
But it goes against what you might...
It does, yes, it does. You think, oh, that can't be right. In fact,
sides together turn through, usually.
Exactly, but it does tell you. But one goes out, one goes in, and then you just close the seam up together. But it is very straightforward, isn't it? It's a good, it's a good size bag. You can fit a fair amount in there as well. It's surprising, actually, what it will take.
Definitely.
So I don't want it too heavy, but I don't want it too small either.
Definitely. Look, there's A5.
Yep.
And it's as deep as an A5. It's good. It's really good.
It's good fun to make.
Really
I know I enjoyed making the bags very much, and again you can make them in any colourway or fabrics.
Exactamundo there, Sue, because you've got both bag patterns to make here for the price on screen, £10.99 plus delivery, and you've got the reversible handbag, which is this one in the blue colourway, just so you know which one's which. Make them in either. It's up to you on what fabric you use, and then of course, and then that's the tote with the longer handles on it as well for you. Both reversible, both absolutely brilliant. 631034, £4 off today, making them £10.99 plus delivery. Very popular choice. The hedge pigs, they sold out at the very beginning of the show. They came back on extended delivery, but half the stock on that extended delivery's gone now. You've got the patterns and instructions, but you also get the backing fabric, and there's an importance to that backing fabric, isn't there? It's a strong fabric. Just quickly before we zip off,
it's a cream cotton drill, so that's quite a heavyweight fabric. So it just makes it so much easier to use as a base to sew the spines onto, and it just holds it. You can feel it holds its shape really well.
Because you've got so much stitching going, so much weight, so much fabric there. So it's good. So you do get that. 582769 is your item number. Just beneath that, you can see that you're getting a Hedge Pigs cushion pattern fabric. Just beneath that, you've got your price. That's our website if you fancy shopping on the website, and then details at the bottom of the screen for the applique quilt and cushion pattern with the bundles. Thank you, Miss Hedgehog. Have a look at the website. It's hochanda.com, and we've got lots of 5-star reviews on there. 4-star reviews, 5-star reviews. That's what we like to see, and the Hedge Pigs cushion pattern fabric. If you're buying that today, you can see some feedback there. And there's 5-star reviews. That's really cool. No, more than 8. 4th of August, we had it on last time for a review. Product amazing. Demonstration on programme really brilliant. That's good. And then someone else says, I've made one one small, one large hedge pick so far, and they are easy to make, and everyone loves them. Excellent and prompt service. Ooh, that's good. Excellent pattern, very easy to read, explained in detail. Love this pattern. Haven't quite finished yet, but I'm well on the way. They've just texted that. It's brilliant. Not used them yet. Stockpiling for retirement stroke winter. The quality and instructions are really good, that even I can follow them. I love that, even I can follow them. You sell yourself short, come on. Have some confidence. Don't be like the dinosaur from Toy Story. So, yeah, because that's my job. I'm like, oh, no, I'm terrible. So you've got your cushion and your quilt pack here. Love the tassels. Love them. I've not seen tassels like that since I saw David Hasselhoff wearing a leather jacket once. But 206189 is the item number that will get you... I think it was last week. It should have been 30 years ago, but it wasn't. You've got amazing details on these, and add as much as you want. Take away whatever you want, but use it. It's a proper stash buster, where you've got the felts. These are felt, just to answer Marlene's question again, for your blogs. Felt with felt on felt applique, just blanket stitched on, or buttonhole stitched on. I love the fact that on here Gail has used little bits of rickrack as well, because it's all those extra little embellishment things like lace and rickrack and things like that that you might have and you might not necessarily know what sort of project to use them on, but something where it's a touchable, tactile project where it is for a child's bedroom or a baby's nursery, where you want something cuddly. And of course for babies and things, you know, bear in mind with buttons and things like that, you know, replace those with something else. But the whole point is having something that looks really colourful and is fun to feel as well. There are two options here for you to choose from, the dolly mixture or flower bed, and the two options will give you the quilt and the cushion for each, and it's 206189. There's flower bed, so you've got my flower bed spelled out already, and there's the dolly mixture with your snuggle quilt, as well as all that imagery there. 206189, great value to get hold of those today. Make your order on the phone or on the website, hochanda.com. Now, this is another pattern set here, isn't it?
Yeah, well, we like to think spring's on its way. You know, the longest day is now over, isn't it?
Shortest day, yeah.
Sorry, shortest day.
22nd of December or something like that.
Yeah. Winter's now officially on its way out, isn't it? We like to think. So hopefully. Yeah. So, yes.
More predictions from the Groundhog duo later on in the show. That's us too.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. We're good at that, aren't we? So anyway, I thought, right, nice little spring
6 more weeks of winter, folks.
And then it's spring. It does go quickly, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So our lovely Sue designed these, and we both live near Eastbourne, and Eastbourne is famous for Beachy Head, and Beachy Head has got a famous lighthouse. Not red and white polka dots, but they are, it has got red in there.
You'd never get that through the council, would you?
No, I don't think they would allow it. No, I think they probably would. They should do. I think it'd make it quite jolly, don't you think? Just paint them big white spots on.
They should make it one day, like pride for lighthouses.
She's that's right, yes.
Lighthouses with red and white spots.
Silly. Love him.
Should be allowed.
Definitely. I'll ask the council, maybe they'll agree.
Do.
But for the moment, unfortunately, it's still red. But it is based on our lovely lighthouse, which, of course, are really important for saving sailors.
Easy to do in terms of shapes and patterns?
Yeah, exactly the same as the perfect pooches in terms of fusible applique, same as the chicken quilt, same as Noah's Ark and Chook and Chicks, and even Girls' Dolly mixtures. So again, it's just such a versatile. I love this style of applique. You know, it always looks really neat and tidy. It's smart, it's easy to do, and if you just want to dip your toe in the water, excuse the pun, with a little cushion, then you've got them both. You've got the lighthouse and you're holding the sailing boat, man.
I love it too, like with your puns and stuff.
You're never normally clever for that.
No, you are. You're brilliant. You take the bait. You know what counts. I didn't even mean that one. I didn't even mean that. But the
clamshells. Clamshells.
This clamshell design.
Yes, that's right, yes.
Does it talk you through that? Who's
it
are
does.
these? Let me
yeah,
see.
These are lovely Sue Rhodes. Yes,
okay.
Again.
Other Sue. All right.
Other Sue, yes.
So who came up with the lovely,
Daisy Duckling basket.
Daisy Duckling basket,
She did, yeah.
So does she talk us through this clamshell?
It is. They are templates. You can buy clamshell templates quite easily, and in fact the next demo I'm going to do is going to be English paper piecing about hexagons, but the technique's exactly the same.
Brilliant. That's all I need to know, because say for example you do have a stack of fat quarters, jelly roll or whatever it might might be, to have that as a technique for an entire cushion as well one day.
Stunning.
Once you've got the pattern instructions home, brilliant. Make these, make more, but then also do one cushion just with clamshells all over it.
Oh, absolutely. It'd be very nice.
And sorry to use the word stash buster again, but that would be brilliant for just bits. 414221 is your item number here. £13.99 plus delivery. We should have a little bell we ring every time we say stash buster on one of our shows, shouldn't we?
Ding ding.
Anyone playing felt bingo as well? We've used the word felt 52 times already. If you had 51, you're wrong. If you had 53, you're a bit overexcited there. So 414221 is your item number here for your cushion bundle pattern pack, and it's £13.99 plus delivery to get both of them. It's chickens next. Yeah, I know.
Oh,
it's one of those shows where you never know where you're going to go.
I never know what's going to happen next.
Yeah, it's like a local news show. Chickens next.
Chickens next.
And
I'm glad you said so.
Seamlessly into the weather, and then we're going to talk about a terrible traffic jam. Chickens. Tell us more, then, Sue.
My lovely other cousin, Katie White, designed these beautiful chickens for me. She's a graphic designer, so she's very good at shapes and designs and ideas. God love her. And we've had great fun with these. There's 4 different chicken designs. So you've got an upright chicken facing to the left and an upright chicken facing to the right. And then you've got a pecking chicken also facing to the left and one to the right. And then in the centre is a little hen house with the words, "There ain't nobody here but us chickens," which I believe is an old song from about the 40s or 50s.
Right.
And I'm sure it was a song my gran used to sing to me. Or I'm familiar with it. I have heard it. You know, I'm sure it will jog a few people's memories. So we had some real fun making this quilt, designing it. And what I did is I took 6 or 7 half meters of fabric, and I just played around with the shape. So if I used an orange background there, I made sure I used a green body, and I just tried to use fabrics in there that really just gave a good contrast out. I use them in these lovely homespunny fabrics, but again, you know, the choice is yours because it's just the pattern. So you can use my colour ideas if you want from the pattern front, or you can, you know, make it up in your own fabrics to suit, you know, whatever you like. Black and white chickens would look great fun, wouldn't they? You know,
with different patterns.
Yeah,
so zigzag spots and
absolutely.
Some
you know, some red in there. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'd actually quite like to make it again in different fabrics and just see how different it looked again and how it's changed.
Yeah.
But again, if you don't really want to make the whole quilt, then these work really well just for cushions, you know. And again, you could just make one for a present. You could use it for home deck. I think Leonia earlier said, you know, you could use them on blinds, little table runners. You could have a little table runner of running
3
chickens along, couldn't you? There, so you know, again, you can just play with the templates really and have some fun with them. Really, a bit like with everything else we do. The patterns are just the start. You've got the templates in there, and you're absolutely given permission to do whatever you like in terms of making them.
Free angel policy there, which is
yes,
good,
as well. Yes,
our,
definitely.
Our patterns.
Yep.
So yeah, there is a choice of threads on this, isn't there? The light of the dark thread that you've given us here, Sue.
Shall I?
Is that depending on which type of fabric we're using here?
It is. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, there's a light or a dark option there. I think it's on the website that people can choose.
This is the light thread that we're looking at right now. But if you're falling down more on the dark side, this is the dark thread option there, and it's 118,035. It's £9.99 plus delivery. I love that. There ain't nobody here but us chickens for your quilt pattern. It's really good value for the work that's put into it as well for £9.99 plus delivery. And then, so we've got the backing now. I know I've seen this before.
Yes, and we brought it back on because it's always sold out. We've had it on the shows before because it is just the sweetest little dolly bag. Our lovely Sue Rhodes designed this one, and again, you know, it's just such an easy little useful bag. And again, you know, you don't always want to take all your sewing bits and pieces out with you all the time, so this is just such a handy little bag that you can just take out with you.
Love it.
And again, if you don't want to use it for sewing bits and pieces, you know, if you're into sort of other crafts, you can, you know, use it for all sorts of bits, even maybe to store wool in there. You know, you could bring the wool out, couldn't you, if you wanted to?
Yeah, just one ball of wool. It could be the one that you've got in motion at the moment.
Exactly, just have it in there, not going to lose it everywhere.
It's just coming out through there.
There's all
That's a
sorts
really
of
good
ideas,
idea.
isn't there? You know, we're always trying to sort of think of other things you could do with it, because obviously we are sewing based, but not everybody, you know, always is. But again,
crafts.
we've used the lovely hexagons here. I'm going to do a little demonstration in a minute on how to do the English paper piecing, which is hugely popular at the moment. It is just lovely. And with this one, absolutely right, Matt, you get the little pre-cut hexagon papers with these, and there's enough to do both the dolly bag, and there's a little needle case that goes with this as well.
Sweet. Open
with
it up,
just a little bit of felt in there just to hold the needles in nicely. And again, you know, you can use your fabric colours of your own choice. So we're just offering you the pattern with the papers today, and then you can have fun with you know, the fabrics of your choice.
They're gorgeous. If you're making this a gift for anybody, that's a really lovely project project to do once and then to keep doing, you know, one every few weeks or one every month or two for a friend, and you will get comments on it from people. So you'll find yourself making these for friends, I think. £10.99 plus delivery to order, and it's 7820340 to find on the website. Obviously, full instructions. We haven't really dwelled on the instructions today much, but literally, I'll just invest 5 seconds just to turn through very quickly. Obviously, sideways, just to show you the number of words mixed in with the diagrams there, just to make it clear to you that a lot of work has gone into these. Okay, 7820340 to order. We're back over doing a little bit of demonstrating now for you, but some other items on the show, including the Noah's Ark. This has been really busy. The Noah's Ark. That is all of the imagery that you'll get, and to be able to make on Noah's Ark, you've got the clamshell design on the roof. Of course, there, and you've got the animals in the windows of the Ark. And you also get the Chuck and Chicks, too. The Chuck in the middle, and then, of course, her chicks around the edge as well. Both of those wall-hanging patterns are £11.99 plus delivery 097699. And then the train with my name. I've always been in love with this. You're already going for it, and we haven't really shown it properly yet. But there it is for Jacob. But just add letters, take letters away if you wish. That's Jacob or Jakob for our German viewers, of course, because I used to have a German friend called Jakob. 121583 is your item number to order, and it's £9.99 plus delivery to get that pattern. You do get the miniature buttons with it as well.
You do get the miniature buttons, and I will just say, Matt, sorry, that was on the earlier show. We focused it a little bit on the earlier show.
Yeah, with Lily.
Yes, and same technique as I've shown with the dogs again, with the little dash hound, the same technique. Yeah. And you do get the complete alphabet in there as well. Yeah. So that's also an important thing. So you don't have to be called Jacob to buy it.
Yeah. Spell out whatever name you want, but having the template for a full alphabet is well worth it.
It is. It's a really handy thing, you know, for any other future project that you might want to do with a name as well.
To have letters with the soft edges to it. So yeah, the dolly bag and needle case, details on that side at the moment for it.
Yes, that's what I'm going to do is... OK, that's food. I can chat away, that's no problem at all. For anybody who doesn't know how to do a quilter's knot, I'm going to try and do this so we can all see. It's one of the most useful things I ever learnt. You take the end of the thread to the beginning of the needle, you wrap it round. Now, I tend to wrap mine round about 7 or 8 times, and then you just put it through the needle and down. And that is a nice little knot there that's going nowhere. Isn't that useful?
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Otherwise you spend hours, don't you, fiddling with knots? I used to anyway. OK, so here's my little paper template piece. Now, there are various options, Matt. You can use a glue, glue pens. They can work really well, but I really like tacking. I just find it part of the pleasure of doing English paper piecing at night. I tend to sit there, you know, in front of the TV, and I find it a really enjoyable process, just to actually to be touching the fabric as well, you know, and just keeping in touch. I am slightly strange, I know.
No, it's not strange at all, and I think that speaking from different perspectives, you might prefer glue or whatever. For me, I know this is going to sound weird, but I have English paper piece, and I do occasionally when I've got the time. The bigger the paper piece, glue, the smaller it gets, tack it. I don't know why, but just if it's small and fiddly, you've got glue everywhere.
I find it easier to tack it, definitely. So start with a knot, obviously, and what I tend to do is not start right at the edge. I sort of start about a third of the way in, and I'll explain that as we come round to sew it, OK? And then what I'd always try and do is I just run in my finger over the edge of the paper here. So it just sort of forms a little bit of a crease, just so I know that I'm hitting it. Then I bring my needle, this is only tacking, remember, it hasn't got to be neat. So I'm just going to bring the stitch up here, and then the next thing I do is just roll that next sort of line down, and it will just nicely tack in. Now, the reason I bring the needle up there, it sounds fussy, but you will get into the rhythm of doing this, is then you can take a nice big stitch, and that will just hold... Oh, my thread's come out of my needle there. That will just hold that corner down quite nicely. OK. Now, obviously, I've just lost the thread out of my needle. So you work all the way round. OK, and then you finish it off at the end, and then you'll be left with a little hexagon like that. And again, you don't have to be terribly neat. You know, it's about 1/4 inch, but it doesn't have to be 1/4 inch. So when you've assembled your little hexagon, so I've done 2 here, and I was just going to show how I stitch them together. It's called a whip stitch. And again, what I do is I'm just feeling for the top of the fabric here. So I'm just going between the fabric here. So just take a little pinch out. and I would do it quite close together.
Yeah,
try not to. It doesn't really matter. It just takes, just have to sort of, you know, get it out a little bit, wiggle it out a bit more if you do catch the paper. But it's quite easy not to. You will just feel. Now, I'm left-handed, as everyone probably at home can see, so all the left-handers are cheering and all the right-handers are not. So I apologise now, but it's the same whether I would work from left to right, and a right-hander would work from right to left. But it's a really nice little stitch. We use it a lot in patchwork and quilting, and it just holds those layers together, almost with a slight little invisible stitch there.
Yes, invisibility but strength at the same time, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It's very neat and very tidy.
Sue, we've had a really nice email from Leslie as well, who's emailed in. It's come through from our customer care team, so she actually phoned through to the call centre and then they've emailed it through to say just how lovely Daisy Chain designs are. She loves the products, and they always have super fast, reliable delivery as well. It's nice feedback.
Thank you very much, Leslie. That's really nice of you to say that. Thank you.
It's not easy to stay on top of things 100% everything when you're a small business and make sure, but, you know, that's...
I know, and since I've been on Hochanda, my business, you know, has just, well, it's amazing, you know, so, and everyone's been very kind, and I do try and get stuff out, and obviously get all the Hochanda orders out as soon as possible, but it is me sometimes.
It's scary.
I'm working till 11 o'clock at night.
Isn't it scary when you sort of have a busy show and you think, oh gosh,
I know, it's fantastic, and then I go home and I think, oh my goodness, I've got so much work, but it's so worth it, and thank you so much for taking the trouble to ring in. I shall go back tonight and start working at 11 thinking of you, Leslie. Thank you very much, and over the weekend, but it's fine. It's what I love to do, to be honest. I'm so lucky, aren't I, to actually do something I love. Very lucky indeed. Exactly, we are indeed. We're very lucky. So when you put them together, you can just see you start to build it up, and don't be scared when you're putting them together sometimes to bend those other little papers just back while you're sewing them. You know, they'll bounce back again, and they're coming out anyway, Matt, you know, eventually anyway. They don't stay in. When I first ever started, when I was about 7, I was in the brownies, 7 or 8, and my brown owl, the first quilt I ever made was patchwork. We made these big ugly hexagons from big ugly 70s fabric, and I obviously didn't quite understand it because I thought the paper stayed in.
Well, you might do, won't you? If no one tells you, you're not gonna...
I remember saying to my sister, it's going to feel a bit odd with people sleeping under this with all the paper in it, but you know, you live and learn.
You know, first time through the washing machine, it's like, oh, who's left a tissue in their cardi pocket?
Exactly.
You know, it's like, it wasn't me, but I did wash my paper piece quilts, and it's everywhere.
Well, exactly. So Sue gives really nice instructions on how to place it on, obviously how to make the dolly bag, and again I'm whipping through this, so I know we're a little bit short of time, but again you make this nice little cuff which forms it, and she gives you really good instructions on how to make it, and then you make the base here, and then thank you very much, and then so I'll just quickly finish off by saying she has done a lovely decorative stitch around this, and this just so you can sew the base to the side really nicely with this little, I think it's a fly stitch, and again you don't have to worry about putting it under the sewing machine, and again you can just catch it nicely, Matt, so it is very easy to do.
I believe, Sue, you are handing back your security pass and you're leaving for the day now. That's it.
I am. I'm home and we're on again at the end of the month.
OK. Do you have an exact date in mind or in the diary?
The 28th and 29th on a one-day special.
Oh, so 6 p.m. on the 28th, overnight, and then all day on the 29th. 9, and then what, have you got your hotel booked and everything?
Not yet, but I will do that tonight.
All right, then you better go on the case, because you never know sometimes with that early new year. Right, so you have a look at the website, it's hochanda.com. All the items from the show are on there. If you load it up right now, you can scroll through them, make your purchase easy as you like. You can also shop by brand with Daisy Chain Designs. So if you click on the logo on the shop by brand segment, you'll find everything on there, and you'll be able to add it onto your order. And you might as well, for convenience there, because you know that Sue and Gail are going to be sending it out tonight, tomorrow, and the next day. So you might as well order it all together. We shall see you soon.
You will. Thank you very much, Matt. It's been lovely.
It's been lovely, likewise. 5 seconds left to go. At the end of the month, is it Sue and Gail as well?
Yes, we're all 3 of us.
All 3 of them as well. Oh, OK. Bye.
Bye.
OK, that'll be trouble. OK, we've got Sarah's signature black and gold collection coming up next. You've got metal embossing with Peakdale products coming up in an hour. That is so cool. Also, happy hour deals in 2 hours' time. And Crafty Markets was Guy.